Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going spreading lime. Yes, lime. First time ever spreading lime, and we are going to give it a go. So we have the K2 dung spreader. Yes, dung spreader, not lime spreader. So just on that, we've talked to a couple of people, and we know a couple of people who put out their lime with their dung spreader. Our dung spreader has spreading discs on it on the bottom, so it should have no bother spreading the lime, and the people we've talked to, they've had no bother spreading it. So we are going off to one of our best customers to put out some lime. So Father Phil is just finishing the greasing of the loading shovel. I'm ready to go. We're in the 6499, and yes, this is a bit like a bulldozer in front of a wheelbarrow, but the reason we're going in the 99, because the dung spreader isn't going to be, well, what's the best way of putting it? It's not hacker. It's not going to tell me I can't put a setting on it that's going to say, right, this is X amount, it's going to go out when I do X amount of speed. But because we have the auto steer in the 99, I have my GPS of all that, so we'll be able to kind of calibrate our speeds based on rough estimate how many tons we get into the spreader, based on how much of a hole we get out. Now that's a 6 cubic meter, so it's probably a safe bet to say hold about 6 ton of dung or 6 ton of lime maybe. So then with my auto steer, then I'll be able to say, right, our application rate is this, we'll cover X amount of acres, then I can know adjust my speed to suit. So that's why we're using the 99. We could have used the 6270 with the FJ Dynamics auto steer. 6270 doesn't have a working 4-wheel drive at the minute. We have a bit of an issue with the pinion in the front axle is rung round, so it's quite a big job, so we're leaving it off till the winter. I think it's a whole front axle out to get out the pinion, to get sent off, to get it all re-welded and new teeth and whatnot put on it. So anyways, Father Phil is just coming out there, so it's time for us to bait on and spread lime for the first time ever, and fingers crossed everything goes to plan. And we are here. So there is the 2 load of lime. I don't know what way Father Phil wants to load it, so we'll chat him once we have it loaded to see what way, see where he wants to. He's going that side, that's fine. So I want to position myself, make it easiest for him to load into it. Just going to take a second to maneuver myself. So he's going to hold a lot of stuff now. Can half expecting to see a lot more there. Anyways, shut some windows now, because it's about to get really dusty. Really dusty. There's a chat Father Phil when we get this filled up, and we'll see what the game plan is. So I know what's here. There's just over 7.5 acres in the field we're spreading first. So I had it mapped out from before with mowing with the butterflies. We're to spread this at 1.5 tons to the acre is what we have to do. We've a couple of bits of fields to do here, there and yonder. So this is just the good dry ground where we're tipping it. So where it was tipped. Once we get this full, then we have to try and gauge how much is in it, and then we know then how many acres I have to get covered with the load, and then that'll let me set it. And we should be golden. We should be golden, right? We just go out and we chat him there and see how much we think is in it. How much do you think is in that? How much tonnage do you think is in that?
3 ton in that.
3 ton. So that should do it. She wants our 1.5 tons, so it should do 2 acres. Right, there's 7.5 acres in this field.
Right, off we go. 3 slow, I'm coming out light. The 2.5 is very, very light.
Yeah.
I drive down behind you. If I see me lifting up the bucket, there's something wrong.
Yeah, because I mightn't see you behind the dust.
So, watch.
Right. The fun begins. So we just have the first load out, and not too bad now. It was just over 2 acres. So that's kind of where we needed to be. So grand, we have ourselves now. So, and it is 6 meters seems to be it. That seems to be the width I'm spreading that. Might be a tad bit windy for my liking, but then the lime, like I've never spread lime before, but I've often seen people spreading in fields beside us, and that, just the cloud of dust that just comes from my eyes. Horrendous is one way of putting it. So, but anyways, there's a bit of rain falling at the minute, so that might keep some of that dust down, or might keep more of that lime on the field. That's what we'll be hoping anyways. But there you go, fill up again.
Waiting for pairing.
And yeah, we'll be on. Have the first field done, heading now, so where the lime is tipped, we've that field done, so we're heading for the next one now, and we'll see how it gets on. It is proven to be actually not as straightforward as I was hoping, because we're running the chain in the floor so slow. There isn't actually enough oil flow when you start off to turn the chains, and then you have to kind of slow it down as you go. It's just not as simple as I'd like, but still, we're getting it out. I don't think it's too bad. I think we're thereabouts with the quantity gone out in the first bit. So now we go and we do this next bit of ground. It's going to be a wee bit softer, so where we are was 100%, but where we're going could be a bit soft. So hopefully all goes to plan and it works. But the showers, it's rain, not rain, rain, not rain. So not looking like I mightn't get the drone up at all. But yeah, we're spreading line. This is the kind of ground we're putting it out on now. It's soft enough on ground, but it's actually quite dry. So we've got another 2 acres, or just over 2 acres covered there. That's kind of, so what I'm finding at the minute now is my 4th load out. The floor chain is a bit of a prick, so it is, because there's too much resistance, and then you increase and decrease it. So I've set that up 8% flow, and then I'm controlling it on the door, so just tip open and close the door to keep the chain moving. I have a relatively similar speed all the time. Doesn't seem to be working out too bad, because our estimated tonnage in the spreader to our acre spread is matching up fairly well, so it's working out quite nicely. We get some more lime out here, and yes, we are in rushy West Shore country, but anyways. And yes, I will explain what lime is for at the end of the video, for people who maybe are outside the farm and are unaware of what lime is used for. But we'll be back and we'll get another load as we're starting to haul it down the road now. So we'll be spreading away here. Just marking out the field. Some amount of dust comes off of it, so holy terror. Trying to keep an eye on everything now. The condition of the ground so I don't get stuck, and make sure that everything is moving nicely behind me. Give me wits about me. That's one sure thing. You can see just how much dust is rising behind me. So nice. This field isn't too bad, but you can see the way the dust is coming back in on top of me. So it's quite handy with this, because I can see exactly where I need to be to get that 6 metre working with roughly, which is a big help to making sure I get it all done. Happy days. This is what I'm talking about now. And that's this block of ground done. I actually have a little bit left in it, but we still have another block of ground to do, so we'll go back, we'll fill up, and we'll go on to the next bit. A small bit now. A couple of shovelfuls. We'll go back and we'll go on to the next bit and get it done. Yeah, the dust. I just can't get over how dusty it is inside. Trying to navigate through it. Anyways, we'll start into the last bit of ground. We've just turned into the next field, or block of ground. So, time to fire up the dust machine. Give me a lime out. Open that and away we go. Turn on my marking. See where I'm going. And we're spreading lime. I suppose for those of you outside of agriculture, why are we putting out lime? What's the purpose of lime? Well, lime, it's ground limestone, that's what we're spreading. And ground limestone is high in pH, so it's up at, I think it's pH 8 or that. And the reason we're putting it on the ground is to increase the pH of the soil. The soil pH can dictate how well some crops grow and how some micronutrients and some of the major nutrients are available in the soil for absorption by the plants. So a higher pH, generally speaking, you're going to get better response from your nitrogen. You're going to get, in general, higher pH soil does better, I think, within reason now. So we put out lime to increase the pH of the soils, the land that we work, so that the soils do better. I'm not that great with it. Lime isn't, to be perfectly honest, we probably don't spread enough lime ourselves on our own ground. And we were always meant to try this, spread it with the dung spreader, but we never really got around to it. It's the one way of putting it. So this is the first time we've tried it, and now we've tried it and we can see, well, it's not working out too bad. That we'll probably start putting out a bit more lime ourselves. But it's all to do with increasing the soil pH, which increases the availability of nutrients within the soil, and it also, it's just better. I can't think of any. If anyone has a better way of explaining it, put it in the comments down below, because I know I have butchered that to the finest extent. So this is dusty all work now, but we're getting through it, and we're getting there, nice and handy now, nice and handily, and we seem to be putting it out. Like, I'm quite happy with how it's coming out now. It's coming out quite evenly. So normally a lime spreader would be a specific machine, or it would be like a fertiliser spreader, but we're trying it with the dung spreader to see how it goes. So anyways, I'm actually wetting buckets here because you cannot afford to have a window open at this job. Yeah, that's the story behind lime and why we put it out. And yeah, it's probably something that we should be doing more of on our own farm. But anyways, I'm going to pull away the camera, turn that fan back on myself, because it's quite hot and uncomfortable. But however, it's about finished this first field, not much in it now. So in acre-ish. Just loading up the last of the lime here, and it is a bit dusty here because I'm just after spreading that patch there, because we just said we'd do that last before we finished off. So load it up, and then this will finish where I am, just about right. I'd say maybe a little bit heavy earlier on, but I think we're not too bad now. We definitely have enough to finish it. I don't have to go way back to finish it. Maybe just a little bit too heavy at the start, but we're not too bad now. We're near enough on point, near enough. I'm quite happy now for everything being basically guesstimations except for that unit. It's not bad now. I'm happy with it. We'll chat Father Phil when he's finished with it there, see what he thought of it. So I might just drive forward when he puts this behind. And we did bring a shovel to get more of it, but I don't think we'll need it. I'm bringing it and then not using it. Last bucket.
Finish up that bit we started time.
Yeah.
And I'll do the other field and hang one on home.
But what do you think?
Oh, grand. Dusty old job though.
Dusty job.
Yeah.
Well, you're happy with how it's worked out, yeah?
It worked out grand. It's small field.
Yeah. You do it again?
Oh, good, yeah.
That's fine. No, give me shovel back in here where it's not massively in my way. Now that is us fully done, loaded, and Father Phil seems happy with it, so you never know, we may end up doing a bit more for ourselves. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to spread this bit out when we'll get to the field and we'll finish it up. But he can be on home now. Slow out, but the loading shovel is shocking slow, so it is in comparison. I think 30 kilometers now is as fast as he could go coming up this far. Anyways, we'll do this. That is us finished, all done and dusted, well dusted. So now we just bait on home. First I do when I get home is wash the tractor, wash the rads, and clean out the air filter. Give her a full deep clean from the line because it's not like we have any more to do. Yeah, all in all, quite successful, quite happy with. A little bit of setting up, not just the easiest, it's not just like a get in and go kind of thing, it's a bit of trick and way just to get it right, but we got it right in the end. And now, as Father Phil says, you know, we can comfortably go out and spread lime now. And for those of you probably wondering, well, why don't you go and invest in a proper lime spreader? Well, there's lots of lads around with them, so there's no real room for expansion into that area. The customer who done it for today is one of our best customers we have, and she asked us and we said, yeah, no bother, we'd look after that, and we did. So while we've done a bit and we could do a lot for ourselves, there's not the justification there to buy one specifically for the job. There's just not enough work, and there's lots of them around, so it's not going to gain much with one. But in saying that, with the dung spreader, we know it's able to do it. Maybe not the most accurate thing in the world, but I don't think we've done too bad now. The tonnage of lime covered all the acres, maybe a little bit light towards the end, but we might plough a bit heavy at the start, but that's kind of teething getting into how it works. But one thing that I would, and I was already kind of thought of when I was coming up, is a muck spreader, a bigger one. I'll get a bigger muck spreader anyways. Now these are things that could take 10 years to come into fruition, as they do say. I like to talk about, I have a list of length of my arm of machines I'd like to get my hands on at some stage, but one of them would be a larger dung spreader, and I thought of it on the way up. And I assume, so I've never seen the muck spreader weighted, but I assume there's muck spreaders weighted, but with a weight cell in it that you could know, right, there's X amount in that, and then kind of have you'd have quite a good idea once you knew the weight to give you more accuracy. And as it is, we spread an awful lot of dung for ourselves, for a little bit for hire, but a bigger muck spreader is a big thing for us at home, because this yoke is only small and we get back trying to draw all the dung all over the place to spread it. Whereas a bigger spreader, we'd be able to maybe spread from the yard rather than have to draw the dung to the fields to load to spread because of how small this is. But bigger one, and if weight cells was a thing, if anyone let me know, is the muck spreaders come with weight cells? I've never heard of it, but it seems like something that might be on a muck spreader somewhere. And if you had something like that, you could easily, I think it'd be a little bit more better than one without, and you know, you might justify it that way, being able to do two jobs. But look, that is the heel of the hunt. But anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. And that is it for me. Good luck. Just a little teaser for what's going to be coming soon in a video.